Good morning, YouTube. Justin here. This is the beginning efforts of my 95-gallon, 3 wide by 2 feet deep saltwater aquarium, and I figured I'd start with the stand first, so that would give me an idea of how big of a sump I would need, or at least how much of a space I could have down beneath my tank stand. So this is essentially a design that Joey, the king of DIY on YouTube, set up. I watched his video one time and it was so simple that I instantly understood exactly how to build my stand. So my tank is going to be 36 inches long in the front, 24 inches deep, and 24 inches tall. So before I actually made the stand in my house where the tank's going to go, I checked all of my doorways to ensure that I could fit the stand in and out of the doorway, as well as my front door here. So that was crucial. I didn't want to build it inside my house and then not be able to get it out without disassembling it. So that was the very first thing I did. I kind of set up my tank size and my tank stand size to accommodate the doorways. So I've got a considerable amount of this done already, but my battery died on my cordless drill, so I decided to stop here. But what I have here essentially is, like I said, 36 inches wide and 24 inches deep. And these boards here are actually 21 inches long, but to account for the thickness of the front and back braces, that's 1.5 inches and 1.5 inches. So if you add 1.5 inches together, you've got 3 inches. So 21 plus 3 is a total length of 24 inches. So everything needs to kind of be lining up flush. So this is what I've got so far. The height of the stand itself is 30 inches tall. I cut my braces a little bit long. These are supposed to be 23 inches. Because the width of the 2x4 is actually 3.5 inches wide instead of 4 inches, contrary to popular belief. And so I have to take 3.5 on the top, 3.5 on the bottom, and subtract that from the total height of the stand, which is 30. So these boards are actually 23 inches long, but they're about a saw blade, just a saw blade too thick, or too long, I'm sorry. So what I'm gonna have to do is go back and just cut a saw blade off about the thickness of a saw blade. So basically I'm just gonna make some wood chips. So I've got 4 of those to do. I didn't finish the back here. So it's a good thing my drill died at a really good time. But to further my plan, and Joey, king of DIY, did this on his video. I've got some braces to go on the inside, top and bottom. These are 21 inches and they go in like that. They're not screwed yet, but I'll show you guys. That one didn't want to come with it. So this is what the front looks like with the braces on. See that right there? This is a brace here, and here it wedges between the top and the bottom. This is that 23-inch brace that goes in the center, and that really stoutens up this stand nicely. And it's not that heavy, and I paid a total of 25 bucks for the wood, and I had a whole bucket of deck screws around. I built a fence in my yard this summer, so I had a whole thing of these screws ready to go. They're only 2 inches long. I wish I had some 3-inch long screws, but I'm making these work, and I'm hoping to come back with some 3 inches and stouten it up even more. But the 2 inches seem to work just fine. That just means I've only got a 1/2 inch of screw on the back side here. So anyway, there's my stand. I just thought I would show you guys the start of my 95-gallon aquarium. I am going to build it from scratch, every single piece. I've got an order in to get some glass. I'm going to silicone it. I'm going to use the gap method, or the injection method, I think it's called, I'm going to inject the silicone between the two pieces of glass, and I'm going to do everything myself and see how much money I can actually save. Again, this stand cost me about 25 bucks, and I can estimate, even though I didn't buy the screws right out, bought them a couple months ago, those probably cost me 10 bucks for that box, maybe more. I can't remember exactly. So we'll say 35 bucks for the stand, maybe 40, just to be conservative. So I've got 40 bucks in this stand, and I think it's going to work really nice. I was in here about to break my neck earlier, standing on it to see if it was going to hold 830 pounds, which I don't weigh 830 pounds, but I just wanted to get an idea of how stout it was. And it was really solid, so I was happy with it, and I think I'm going to get really good results with it. So anyway, thanks for checking in. I'll shoot another video once I'm building the tank, and I'll show you guys what this actually looks like when it's finished. But it's almost finished here. I want to put some actual cabinet doors on the front of it so I can open and close it and kind of hide the ugly frame. I don't really like the 2x4 frame, especially if it's going to be sitting in my living room. So anyway, thanks for checking out my video. And if you want to know how to build this specifically, go check out Joey, King of DIY. He'll show you guys step by step how to do this. And like I said, only watched it once, and I knew exactly the measurements I needed, because each stand needs to be built to fit each aquarium, each custom aquarium. So anyway, thanks for checking me out. I'll see you guys later.